Interview 1.
Welcome to Energy Solutions. Today, we are talking to Dr. John, an expert in renewable energy. Dr. John, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Renewable energy has been growing in popularity over the past few years. Can you tell us why it's becoming such a critical part of the energy sector?
Absolutely. One of the primary reasons for the shift toward renewable energy is the growing concern over climate change. Fossil fuels, such as coal and oil, have contributed significantly to global warming due to their high carbon emissions. Renewable energy sources, such as wind and solar power, produce little to no emissions and offer a cleaner alternative. In addition, the cost of renewable energy technologies has dropped considerably, making them more accessible to both businesses and consumers.
What are some of the challenges that renewable energy still faces?
Despite the progress, there are still some hurdles. One of the biggest challenges is energy storage. Wind and solar power, for example, are intermittent sources of energy. They depend on the weather, which means they don't always produce electricity when we need it. We need better battery technology to store the energy generated during peak production times for use when demand is higher. Additionally, the infrastructure for renewable energy is still developing, especially in rural areas where traditional power grids are more established.
What do you think the future holds for renewable energy?
I believe the future of renewable energy is very bright. As technology continues to improve, we will see more efficient ways to generate and store energy. Governments and private companies around the world are investing in renewable energy, and I expect that within the next few decades, it will become the dominant source of power globally.
Interview 2.
Welcome to Health Matters. Today, we are joined by Dr. Emily, a fitness expert, to discuss the benefits of regular exercise. Dr. Emily, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We all know that exercise is good for us, but can you explain some of the specific benefits of staying active on a regular basis?
Of course, regular exercise has a wide range of benefits for both physical and mental health. Physically, it helps improve cardiovascular health, strengthens muscles and bones, and reduces the risk of chronic diseases such as diabetes and heart disease. Mentally, exercise is known to reduce stress and anxiety by releasing endorphins, which are chemicals in the brain that act as natural mood lifters. Regular physical activity also improves sleep quality and boosts overall energy levels.
What are some common obstacles that prevent people from exercising regularly?
One of the most common obstacles is time. Many people feel that they don't have enough time in their busy schedules to fit in regular exercise. Another issue is motivation. It can be hard to stay motivated, especially if you don't see immediate results. Some people also struggle with access to facilities or safe spaces for exercise, particularly in urban environments where parks and gyms might not be readily available.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to start exercising but doesn't know where to begin?
My advice is to start small and build up gradually. You don't need to commit to an intense workout regimen right away. Even just 20 to 30 minutes of moderate exercise, such as walking or cycling, a few times a week can make a significant difference. The key is consistency. Once you get into the habit of exercising regularly, it becomes easier to maintain, and you'll start to see and feel the benefits. Interview 3.
Welcome to Money Matters. Today, we are talking with Mr. David, a financial advisor, about the importance of financial planning. Mr. David, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Financial planning can be a daunting task for many people. Can you explain why it's so important to plan your finances carefully?
Certainly, financial planning is essential because it helps individuals and families set and achieve their financial goals, whether it's buying a home, saving for retirement, or funding a child's education. Without a solid financial plan, it's easy to overspend or fall into debt. Planning ahead allows you to make informed decisions about how to allocate your resources and prepare for unexpected expenses, such as medical bills or emergency repairs.
What are some common mistakes people make when it comes to managing their finances?
One of the most common mistakes is not having a budget. Without a budget, it's easy to lose track of where your money is going. Another mistake is failing to save for emergencies. Many people focus on paying bills and debts, but don't set aside money for unexpected expenses, which can leave them financially vulnerable. Lastly, some people rely too heavily on credit cards, which can lead to high-interest debt if not managed carefully.
What advice would you give to someone who is just starting to think about their financial future?
My advice is to start by setting clear financial goals and creating a realistic budget. Once you have a budget in place, you can focus on building an emergency fund and paying down any high-interest debt. It's also important to regularly review your financial plan and make adjustments as needed. Financial planning isn't a one-time task, it's something you should revisit periodically to ensure you're on track to meet your goals.